It's you! How can it be? Then the cure works! How did it feel when you drank the waters? How did they taste? Then you are immune. The elven waters have transformed you against all hope. And you saved us as well. There are so many dryads in the exile colony. Tell me it is not so. Dozens of infected sisters are living in exile. That will not be fast enough to save the infected. Oh, to come so close to the cure only to have it snatched away. Fate is cruel this day. Then you must share that water with the exile colony. The exiles never lifted a finger against you. They need you now. Imagine their suffering. You won't just stand by and let them die, will you? But both destinations lie on the same road. To leave this island, you must take the portal on the far side. Leave by the south gate, then go into the southern jungle to the exile colony. Continue on to the Kithraya caverns and through them. Perhaps I could accompany you as a guide. Together, we will perform good works.
I hear you're planning on leaving the village. At a time like this, are you mad?
I have no fear of any Morden.
Morden are the least of your worries. There's a monster lurking in the forest.
The Haku beast? Come, Ariane, that creature never existed.
That's what everyone says. All I know is that it nearly killed us.
Are you sure you know what you're talking about?
Listen, Katral and I were in the woods several weeks ago when we stumbled across its lair. I saw it. Teeth like blades, horrible eyes that pierced right through you. It was terrifying. And it pursued us right to the town gates. We're lucky to be alive.
Ariane, the jungle heat has got the better of you. Do you really expect me to believe such a wild tale?
Why won't you believe me?
I will look into this, but only to prove you wrong, Ariane. For your own sake.
They say it serves the Haku. It lives in a magical cave and it will destroy anyone that trespasses onto Haku's sacred ground. It's such a vile beast that the Haku must sacrifice a living being just to call it up. They use a magical ceremonial blade to do the deed. And as soon as they call the beast, even they must flee because it will kill everything in sight.
That sounds like the foolishness of a mind too easily swayed by a child's tale.
Wait, there's more. There's only one way to kill the beast. By using a blade blessed with the magic of the ones who command it. The Haku.
Ariane, you are living needlessly in fear. I will find this lair and reassure you that there is no such beast.
You will know the truth, but by then it will be too late. It will kill you.
It will do no such thing. And besides, there is nothing I like better than learning the truth.
You cannot approach the beast's lair unprotected. If you hope to defeat it, you must first equip yourself with a magical Haku blade. The infidels have many camps in the northern jungle. I have heard their foul drums beating every night. Surely you will be able to find one of their blades in the ritual camps. I know of at least one ritual camp far to the north, near the river.
I will go, Ariane, but I seriously doubt I'm going to find either blade or monster.
My story is both long and sad. You'll probably want to sit down and take out a hanky. Many years ago, I was captain of a fine ship. But now, oh, well, one day, my ship was wrecked in a brutal storm. I was washed ashore, unconscious. When I came to, right, as I was saying, when I came to, there was a beautiful woman standing over me. There was something a little odd about her, though. You'll never believe this part. This is the part no one ever believes. As I was saying, there was this beautiful woman, and she was, well, she was green and leafy. I had seen many strange things in my time, but none so strange as that, let me tell you. Well, except maybe for the... Well, you see, when I was your age, before I was captain of that ship, of course, I was a soldier. I was stationed at Windstone Fortress, which was built by the ancient Azanites way back before the... What was I talking about again? Oh, of course. As I was saying, my job was to sweep the cloister in the Temple of Zyria at the heart of the fortress. So one day I was sweeping and I stubbed my toe. You'll never guess what I stubbed it on. We wouldn't have let senile old men into the temple, no. It was a green stone carved with the ancient Azanite symbol for the Tree of Life. There was a socket in the center of the room that looked as if the stone would fit inside it. But I took a nap instead of trying it. I bet if I had, though, it would have opened a secret door or something. There, now, wasn't that riveting? Well, now, I believe it may be part of some sort of puzzle. You know, they were keen on that sort of thing back in the temple's heyday. Thank you, friend. The Temple of Zyria can be found deep within Windstone Fortress.
It is tragic how many of the Dryad Sisterhood have perished in the fighting. These Dryads are not prepared for war. Now, elven folk such as myself are accustomed to loss. Those who seek involvement in others' affairs must accept the dangers that come with. Foresight can help, aye, but it cannot be willfully controlled, and it seems matters close to one's heart are always shadowed in the dream world. I would give anything to cheer my young daughter, but alas, I am unable to give her good news. My husband and I came to Irilon to assist the Dryads. He to train them in the dance of blades, I to teach them our methods of mending wounds. He is missing, but I would certainly know if he was gone from me forever. He will return when he is able, one day. Sadly, our daughter Chalet does not understand and is most distressed. That is a rare flask of elven ale. I'd be willing to give it to you in exchange for something that will cheer my young child. It is tragic how many of the Dryad Sisterhood have perished in the... It is tragic how many...
A spider. Get it away. Never mind. It's just a stick. Oh, I hate insects. I see them everywhere, around every corner. I feel their horrible beady eyes staring at me out of the darkness with ill intent. Oh. There is a terrible fiend at the bottom of the Kithria Caverns. A monster insect, larger than a house. If only I could see its severed head, I feel that I would no longer be paralyzed with this fear.
are no decent recruits to be found here. And what's worse, while my own squadron finds glory and riches in battle, Soldier Jordan is languishing in this backwater town seeking phantoms. Pshaw. If that wasn't enough, these leafheads don't even eat decently, let alone fight right. I'd give near anything to taste red meat again. The bloodier, the better. It's a statuette of Zyria. I'd be willing to give it to you in exchange for some fresh meat. This dryad diet of leaves and insects doesn't agree with me at all.
Greetings. Are you here to buy a pet? I could certainly use the business, what with all this trouble the Morden are causing.
My treasure-hunting adventurer has returned. Have you succeeded in recovering the sapphire? My friend, this is indeed a lovely specimen. I know just the collector who will appreciate it. You have done well. I promised you a fine reward, did I not? Well, you shall have it. This should repay you for your troubles.
Greetings, stranger. Do I detect the accent of Amenlu in your speech? I visited there once in happier times. It was my poor daughter's favorite place. No, my daughter is lost to me. Killed by those foul Morden beasts when they took the Temple of the Coast. Perhaps. My daughter was young when we last visited the elves' fair town of Amanlu. She pestered me for days for one of those curiosities their craftsmen make. But we were poor, and I refused. Now that she is gone, I would give anything to grant her wish, even if she will never see it. Aye, something to remember Amanlu by. I do not have much to reimburse you with, but perhaps you will find this of use, for bartering purposes. I make these dolls for a living, though there have been so few children lately that they barely support me. You have my thanks. When next you are in Amanlu, be on the lookout for some sort of memorabilia.
It is tragic how many of the Dryad Sisterhood have perished in the fighting. These Dryads are not prepared for war. Now, elven folks such as myself are accustomed to loss. Those who... Chalet does not understand that her father will return in good time. All one can do for such a child is to take her mind off it. Have you found anything appropriate yet? That is a rare flask of elven ale. I'd be willing to give it to you in exchange for something that will cheer my young child. A child's doll. That is just the thing to make my daughter smile again while we wait for my husband's return. I promised you the flask of elven ale. Here it is. The doll you found me has made my daughter much happier. I thank you again for your kind help.
There are no decent recruits to be found here. If that wasn't enough, these leafheads don't even eat decently, let alone fight right. I'd give near anything to taste red meat again. That is a statuette of Zirian. I've had time enough on my hands to carve a few more of them.
Greetings, friend. My potions are always brewed fresh, and
Safe travels.